And they said, "Why the fuck are you recording? It's raining. Why are you recording outside? It's not a good time." I don't give a fuck. Because we do things here, and we do them regardless of what the fuck happens. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's a blizzard, if it's like fucking 40 degrees, fucking 200 degrees. Who cares, bro? Still have to do the work. So today, I'm gonna speak about focusing on the most important task at hand and being careful as to picking the right task, because most of the time what's going to happen in your life is you're going to have a lot of different options. You're going to have a lot of different choices on your hands. And so you're going to want to really pay attention to the finer details of that option so that you can actually pick what it is that actually matters. Now, this is all relevant based on the type of goal and the achievements that you want to obtain. If you don't have a specific goal, it's going to be very hard to know what the fuck I'm talking about and to know what to choose over everything else. Now, what the fuck am I rambling on about today? Well, when you have a goal, you have a specific goal that you know you want to achieve, and you know that is something extremely important that you want to obtain. Well, in that case, you need to be aware that in your life, like I just mentioned, there are multiple options, many things that are going to compete for your attention, for your time, and your energy. Maybe distraction on social media over here, maybe something as good as a family member over there that just says, "Hey, I think you shouldn't be doing this because and I think you should come with me and we should go do this." And it could be literally anything, as something good or something bad. So you have to actually put into perspective, what is actually the number one task that is going to help me achieve my goals faster, better, more efficiently, and so that way I can accomplish them faster than everybody else. And like, let's say you have a goal, it's going to take you 10 years, but by doing the most important actions on repeat on a day-to-day basis as much as you can, you might actually not be done in 10 years, you might actually be done in 5 years. Who knows? So you actually have to think about these things. And you have to do what I like to call an OODA loop, which stands for observe, orient, decide, and then act. And this is a very simple memo that I like to think about whenever I have something to do that is important, because that way it allows me to think about, okay, put everything into perspective, understand what the fuck's happening, and know how to use them and how to use what I'm doing as efficiently as possible. Now, it's not going to be the same every single time, which is the whole point. The whole point of this OODA looping system is basically going through a loop of these things. So you start at observe, then you orient, then you decide, and then you take action. And then after taking action, you go back through the thing, and then you're like, okay, have I took a good decision? Yes or no? And I'm pretty sure this system was invented by Colonel Boyd, some guy in the military in World War II, and he invented this basically when he was, I think, fighting in fighter planes, with against, I don't know if it was against the Germans or the Japanese, but I'm pretty sure he went through this, and he said he invented this thing to make it extremely concrete in his mind, crystal clear, as to how to defeat his opponents quicker than they can. And so if you can observe the enemy, orient yourself, decide to take action, and then take action, you can do that. And if you can do that faster than your enemies or your competition, you'll always beat them in a fair fight. And so this is very simple. You can use this principle in literally any area of your life. It doesn't have to be a fighter. You don't have to be a fighter pilot to use this and memo. You can use this in literally every single area of your life. And so you can pair that with Maslow's hierarchy, and there was another one. I don't remember the name, but it's the priority list. Like you've got like your urgent, non-important tasks over here. Then you've got your important, non-urgent tasks over here, and then you've got the two opposites. And so you've got these 4 boxes, right? And what you want to do is you want to actually, based on the goal you actually want to achieve, you are going to want to put the things that are important in each box that you are focusing on right now. So that way you can actually get done what it is you actually need to get done faster, and then what you actually want to get done as efficiently as possible in order of priority. So that is like the most important thing that matters. Top tier when you actually want to achieve your goals. You need to be focusing as much as possible on the most, I like to call, needle moving task. What is going to move the needle further and more ahead than anything else, and then just focus on that. So for example, if I own a business, the most needle moving task is going to be related to client acquisition, is going to be related to acquiring people that buy my services or that buy my goods, so that I can make money, and then I can use that money to grow the business even more, and then keep buying products, and then keep selling those products. And then it wholly depends on the type of business you have, of course. And this can be applied for literally anything. It can be applied for a business, it can be applied for like a social media account. Like I can apply this to my YouTube right now. I can look at the analytics, I can go through the OODA loop, and I can be like, okay, on this topic I've gotten this amount of views, so obviously this is something people care about, so I should talk about it more. And on this video I got like a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, so obviously this is something that generates a lot of engagement, so I should talk about it more, and I should do more recordings on it. So that kind of thing. It could literally be for anything. Like you can apply this for literally anything. You can apply this to the game of chess, you can apply this to video games, you can apply this to war, you can apply this to different life concepts or systems, you can apply this to politics, you can apply this to literally anything. Food, nutrition, going to the gym. It's a very common concept that you can use. And so, why would it matter now? Why would it matter to use this rather than just doing whatever? Well, like I mentioned, Colonel Boyd, he used this concept, and it allowed him to never get shot out of the sky before shooting out his opponents. So, if you want to win, if you care about winning the competition against other people, if you care about being stronger, faster, better than everybody else, if you care about achieving your goals before other people do, or before other people threaten you, or threaten your goals, or the fact that you can achieve them or not, then you need to go through this, and you need to do it as fast as possible. The more you go through this, the more you're gonna, the better you're going to become at actually getting done what it is you actually said you were going to get done, and that you were going to achieve your goals. And now I can't pick your goals for you, but you can pick whatever you want. You just can't pick everything. Like you have to be meticulous about it, because at the end of the day, you don't have an infinite amount of time on this earth. So you need to pick goals that are tied to reality, that are making sense to you as a person, but also making sense that it's a logical, rational thing that is available, that is possible to do. Like you can't just say, I want to learn how to fly. Like your physical body, like Superman flying. No, like that's not possible within the realms of fucking human evolution. Like that's not a thing. You might be able to create like a suit with a jetpack, or I don't fucking know, that allows you to fly, but you can't just fly. Like We're not fucking, not Superman, alright? But, on the other hand, if you want to become an astronaut and go to Mars on the next mission, all the power to you. Because it's something that is possible within the realm of, like, objective reality. That is possible. Scientifically, logically, rationally, it's possible. So, if anything within that realm is possible, then in that case, wouldn't it make sense that if you want it so bad, to get it faster, since you only have a limited amount of time on this earth, wouldn't it make sense to, like, just do things faster and more efficiently and better to get what you want faster? Like, I understand learning tough lessons and going through character development. Like, I've gone through my own fair share of that. But at the end of the day, if there are things you want and you understand that it's going to take a certain amount of resources and effort out of you to achieve that, then you're going to have to work hard no matter what. You're going to have to put in a bunch of effort, more than the average person, or else you're not going to get it. Because you're the only person who gets to decide what you want and if you're going to obtain it or not. Because nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to come out here and record these videos for me. I need to be the one doing the talking. You know what I mean? I need to be the one doing the posting as well. I need to be doing everything. Nobody's gonna work hard for me to get me some clients for my business. I need to be the one doing that. Nobody's gonna learn how to do business for me. Nobody's gonna learn how to run ads for me. Nobody's gonna fucking make a website for me unless I pay them for it. So nobody's doing anything for anybody for free. Well, in a very rare occasion it might happen. But everybody wants something. Everybody wants an exchange of value. And that may be in form of energy, that may be in form of services, that may be in form of products, that may be in form of goods, or any of the above. Doesn't fucking matter. So you have to, like, choose for yourself. What are you going to do? What are you going to get done? And then go through this system that I just talked to you about a couple seconds ago. The OODA looping system. OODA. And go through this system and pinpoint exactly why you are doing what you are doing is shit, and how can you do it better? How can you do it more efficiently? How can you do it faster? How can you do it better than the next guy? That is also important, because in today's society, most things you are competing against the entire fucking planet. If you are a man, an able-bodied man, you're competing against all of the other men on Earth that want the exact same thing you do. That's a lot of people. If you want a stable income, if you want to provide for your family, if you want kids, that's probably 99% of men. Well, maybe not so much today because there's a lot of people that are fucking weird, but I'm not here to talk about that. So you have to think for yourself. What the fuck am I going to do? How can I do it faster? How can I do it better? How can I do it more efficiently than the next guy? And this can be transitioned into jobs, careers, business, literally anything. How can I do the job better than the next guy? And how can I communicate that to people so that way they hire me instead of hiring the next guy? That way you have more value than they do. And then you get hired and you get the money. Very simple. And so, now that we've said that, I'm going to take a peek at the notes. Alright, so OODA looping is good and all, but improving is good and all, but you need to be focusing. This is the most important part. You need to be focusing on the most important task at hand. to move the needle as best as you can. Because if you keep smashing your head into the wall, you're not necessarily going to make a lot of progress very quickly. Even if you go through the OODA loop process and you smash your head in a slightly different way, or you smash your fist instead in a slightly different way, you're not necessarily going to make a lot of progress in breaking down the wall. But if you go and get a hammer, you come back and you've got the hammer and you start smashing the wall, you might notice that the wall breaks down a bit easier. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, you need to pinpoint not only how to do things better, faster, and more efficiently, but also how to do it as best you can. And what is the thing that you need to do? What is the task? What is the act? What is the action that you need to do in order to do that faster, more efficiently, or better? What can you do in order to achieve that goal of yours? May it be making a certain amount of income. How can you acquire clients faster than the next guy? How can you do a better job of acquiring these clients? How can you communicate your value better than them? Any and all things can be solved and dictated based on the fact that there is a better way to do things. And so if you always find and search for that way to do it better, you'll always come to a good positive conclusion that you can do things better and more efficiently. And so if that is the case, wouldn't it only make sense to just do this for every single area of your life? Like, may it be going to the gym, eating food, sleeping, having a good house, a good, stable, clean, organized, neat home. May it be going to work, going to your job, having a career, creating a business, creating a YouTube channel. Anything, any literal activity that you want to do, you can do them without adapt. Find a way to do it more efficiently, better, and faster than the next guy by simply going through this process and finding the number one action that is going to help you move forward faster. And with that said, we're gonna finish the video a bit earlier today because I want to test out if it makes more sense for you guys to see me talk for 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But if you have any different topics that you would like me to cover, feel free to recommend those in the comments. I'm happy to have a conversation with you guys. If you have some questions, if you want some advice, some feedback on something you're dealing with right now, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm happy to help. And with that said, like, comment, subscribe. It doesn't fucking matter if it's raining or not. Blizzard, heat, who cares? But I still have to go to work and get work done. Doesn't matter. And I appreciate every single one of you guys watching until the end of the video, as per usual. And with that said, make sure you OODA loop. Make sure you go through the loop over and over and over again until you find that one thing that you need to do. That one thing that is going to unlock so many different things for yourself, that is going to help you move towards and achieve that goal of yours, that dream of your lower, if you have a dream life, go get it. Attack. Fucking go get it. You know what I mean? You're the only guy who can do this for yourself. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So might as well fucking put all the fucking cards that you have at your disposal on the table and be like, I'm gonna fucking get this. This is mine. And with that said, I will see you tomorrow for another daily upload. Have a great day.